Evening, everybody. It's 6:05 on this Monday afternoon. It stopped snowing, but it's going to start again tomorrow. And gee, I can hardly wait. Am I the only crazy one, or does anybody out there agree with me that Spirit Aerospace ought to be stopped from making these airline parts and fuselages? I, I don't get it. Um, as far as the stocks go, Boeing is bearing the brunt of it. But this has become a pretty constant issue. And I don't know why the biggest manufacturing company in the US would stand for it. It costs them between hundreds of millions and billions of dollars on things that Spirit just can't get it together to deal with the quality control. So today, this morning, the Boeing was 230 down 19 on that blown out window slash emergency exit. And Spirit was 26 and a half down about five and a quarter. Tonight, the Boeing managed to get down to 225.79, so another $5 lower than it was this morning, and it closed 228.75, down 20 and a quarter, 8.13%. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not at all involved in this, but if I'm doing something and somebody's selling me a part for it and it's consistently over the years um, wrong, not properly manufactured, not properly installed, whatever it is, I stop doing business with those people. I mean, you know, a problem in an airplane, no pun intended, it's a high impact problem. These people were lucky that they were only at 11,000 feet and not at 40,000 feet, where the plane would have exploded and nobody would have had oxygen to breathe. Okay, enough off the soapbox. Nvidia, what can I say? So they have a new chip that they'll probably be able to send to China, our good friend. And the stock went up and made a new high by $20. The old high was 504 and change. Today's high was 524.83, closed 523.89. That was up 32.72 or 6.71. This is great for Nvidia, but I just want to remind everyone that a lot of these semiconductor companies, they got double orders. They're not going to be able to deliver them all. People will cancel, and this too will end up costing money. But hey, you know, you listen to Kramer, Nvidia is cheap. Lululemon had poor guidance today, bright and early. This morning, the stock had closed at 516. This morning, it had gotten down to 491.10 and was trading at 469.50. At the end of the day, though, it actually closed up 35 cents. Came all the way back to 491.45 and literally up a quarter or 35 cents. Unity Software, another one of those companies that worked great when money didn't cost anything. High of 210, low of 22. Today closed 38.98, up $1.20. Currently 40.70, up 292 or 7.6%. And the good news is they're laying off another 25% of their workers. And we have all of the biotechs, which are just unbelievable. So we have Merck buying Harp at 23. The stock closed 22.30, up 11.75 or 111%. Johnson and Johnson buying AMAM, $28 in cash, 27.43, up 13.90 or 102%. And Boston Scientific buying AXNX for $71. This is a small deal. The As I said, $71. The stock is 69 up 15, 69.15 up $11.58 or 20%. And this morning I mentioned CYTX, Cytokinetics, and CYTK. Um, Wrote about this one a couple of weeks ago when the stock had only gone from 32 to 96. This morning, when I mentioned it, it was down 7.75, down at 86 even, just a scant 8%. This is a heart drug company. That low of 86 turned into a low of 85.95. And at the end of the day, when all is counted, 110 and a quarter, up 16.52 and $20, over $20 off the low. Okay, stocks, as you well know now, even with the Boeing down, the Dow was up 216, up 319 in the NASDAQ, thanks to the influence of Nvda, $66 in the S&P, up almost 1.4%, up 1.9% for the Russell, up 37. 86, and the transport's up 137. The oil was down $4. Nat gas, unbelievable. I was watching it this morning. It was 269, down 20, and I just figured, okay, well, another one of those sell the rallies. And then this afternoon, I happened to glance at it. It closed 298.30, or over 10% higher on the day from that low. 269 to close, 298, up 9. The gold, as I said over the weekend, I don't want to trade it in here. 2033.50, down 16 and change, and it was almost 10 lower. Bitcoin, the chart on the screen, it did not pull back here. It looks like the MACD overpowered the slightly overbought RSI, still rolling to the upside. And this one is up 210 tonight, but it was up 2,920 today, 47,305. That was the high of the day. The high tonight so far, 47,775. The bonds were up a half a point, and so rates were down, and so the dollar was down slightly, 101.93, down 20. By the way, my favorite statistic that nobody ever talks about, consumer credit, came in a little on the hot side, you might say. It came in at up 23.7 billion. The expectation was 9.3 billion. That was the estimate. The actual number for October, this was November's number, 5.8. So, not Christmas, consumer credit up from up 5.8 to up 23.7 billion. And, we keep on hearing everybody say. Just the consumer's in great shape, evidently, except they're doing it on credit and the bill will come due. All right, folks, I'll be back first thing in the morning.